So far we have done a lot of solving different kinds of equations and we do not have any problem with it. However, one of the areas that students always have challenges, right, is when they need to solve for literal. To solve for a literal means that the equation contains a lot of variables and you're asked to solve for one in terms of the others, right? Students always have trouble with it because they don't know what to solve for. The variables are too many for them to manipulate. But today we're going to try as much as possible to understand how to solve for a particular literal in an equation. So let's begin. Oh, we already began. All right, so let's continue. Okay, so you treat the literals as numbers. Okay, so if we had, let's say, 5 here, and this is a constant, they are of the same like terms, they are of the same literal. So b here and 3b are like terms, so you just move this from the left side of equality to the right side of equality. So instead of negative b, it becomes positive b. So here we're going to have x equals 3b plus b, and x will therefore be equal to 4b. You understand? So treat the literals as numbers. Okay, so let's continue. Here we have the equation bx equals b cubed, right? We are asked to solve for x, so we're going to have to divide, the division property of equality. Whatever I divide here, I have to also divide there. Here I want the value of x, so I want to cancel the b by dividing by b here. So x is equal to b cubed over b. Now here you would understand that b cubed means that b is multiplying itself 3 times, right? And so we can cancel out one of the b's and we have b multiplying itself 2 times, which is the same as b squared. So x will be equal to b squared. Alright, so here we are solving for x. 2cx equals negative 8cd, right? So what we don't want here is 2 and c, so we have to do division property of equality. So x is equal to negative 8cd all over 2c. Now this can be expressed as negative 8 can be expressed as 2 times negative 4, and then we have c, and then we have d, and this is 2 times c. So you know what I mean by writing this, right? 2 can cancel 2, c can cancel c, so x is equal to negative 4d. Alright, so let's look at this problem. This is pretty simple. Remember I told you that this are division and we want to remove the fraction from it, so we multiply by the LCM. So here we have 4b and we have 2. Now you know that 2 can go into 4b, so our LCM is 4b, right? Because we know that 2 times 2b is 4b, and so this 2 is already there, so we multiply both sides by 4b, every term by 4b, right? So 4b cancels 4b, we have x, and this is 2 goes into 4, 2, so that is the 2b, right? These are the factors. 2 times 2b will give you 4b, so if I divide 4b by 2, it should give me 2b. So this is going to give me 2b times b, and then x will be equal to 2b times b will give you b squared, right? X is equal to 2b squared. Alright, so usually when we are solving for literals, one of the most important applications of it is when you have a formula. A formula is a proven, it's a factual equation, right? So this equation is a fact, nothing can change it, that to solve for area of a triangle, multiply the height by the base and then divide by 2, right? So this is the formula we are finding here. So however, when you are given the area and you are asked to solve for the height, this is when solving for literals prove very useful. So here we are asked to solve for the height, which is h, right? So now let's see. The denominator here is 2, so we can multiply 2 by a and then multiply 2 by 1/2 b and h, right? 2 cancels 2, we're gonna have 2a equals b times h. Now what we want to solve for is the height, not the base, so we divide by b and we divide by b. So to solve for height, multiply the area by 2 and divide by the base. Simple. Okay, so this is the formula for finding the if you have a cylinder, the lateral surface area here of the cylinder is 2 pi RH, right? So here we are asked to solve for R. You got it? So solve for R. This is the surface area. R is what I want, so I can divide by anything that is not R, right? Anything that is not R. So 2 cancels 2, pi cancels pi, h cancels h. So our R is equal to surface area 2 pi h. So if you know the surface area and you know the height, you can calculate for the radius. Alright, so let's look at this formula. That is for finding volume, right? So V is equal to 1/3 base area times height. Now here we are supposed to solve for the base area, and this is very useful, especially if you have to calculate for the volume of anything that is pyramidal, you know, especially a pyramid like that. So the height and then the base area, right? Okay, so to find the volume like that, V is equal to 1/3 base area times height. Now we are asked to solve for the base area. This is the denominator 3, so we can multiply everything by 3. There is only one denominator, so we already did this in a different video. I'm going to link it in the description, and then also you're going to watch it after this particular video. Okay, so we can simplify. 3v equals, this cancels that, and that is going to give us bh. So to find the base area, you need to divide by the height, divide by height. Base area is equal to 3v over height. It means that to find the base area of this pyramid, you need to multiply the volume by 3 and divide by the height of the pyramid, the true height actually. Alright, so let's continue. This is our last but one question. So this formula also links speed to acceleration and time, right? So speed is equal to half acceleration times time squared, right? So we are asked to solve for acceleration. So it's the same thing. We want to take away the fraction by multiply by the denominator. So 2 will multiply speed, and then 2 will multiply 1/2 at squared. So here 2 is going to cancel 2, so we're going to have 2s equals at squared. So we can divide by t squared, we can divide by t squared, and then a is equal to 2 times speed over the square root of time. Okay, so this is going to be our last problem on solving for literals. Okay, so this is a very popular one. If you have a temperature in degrees Celsius and you want to convert to the equivalent in Fahrenheit, you multiply the temperature in degrees Celsius by 9/5 and add 32 to it. We're going to transpose 32 from here to there, right? And it is positive 32 here, so it would become negative 32 there, right? And this is going to give us f minus 32, and that is equal to 9/5c. Now c is what we want. There is a fraction here, so we can take the fraction off. So we multiply everything here by 5, right? This is where you are likely to make a mistake. You see, what you can do is, we said that to change this one, to change the fraction, the denominator here is 5, so you can multiply each term by 5. So you multiply 5 by f, you multiply 5 by 32, you multiply 5 by 9 over 5c. You know, this can be written as multiplying 5 by the whole thing here, right? Because this will end up becoming that. Good. And that is equal to 5 cancels 5, that will give you 9c. Let's continue from here. So you have 5f minus 32 equals 9c. And so you have to, the division rule of equality, 9 here, 9 here. So that is going to give us c equals 5f minus 32 over 9. Thank you very much for supporting my channel. You can click the subscribe button if this video was helpful. Turn on the post notification bell. I have more of such videos and many more videos that I want to post in the future.